So here we go again, guys. Yeah, today with another training session. The last time you saw me deadlifting was about 9 days ago. So I recovered. As I said, you need about a week to a week and a half, or maybe even 2 weeks to recover from a hard deadlift session. And today I want to start with a different training principle. Today I'm going to deadlift for the first time in my life with resistance band. So with one resistance band that you can already see, which is attached to the bar. So we have the same weight on the bar, it's exactly 100 kg again, but with a resistance band that gives you an additional resistance of 15 kg at the top. So when I'm at the lockout, I will have 15 kilo more resistance on the bar, which means that it is similar to having 115 kg on the bar at the top, not on the bottom, but at the top. It's like actually deadlifting straight weight with 115 kg. So the resistance gets higher and higher, obviously, the higher you pull the bar, which makes it more difficult than pulling with straight weight, because you have to get used to this consistent increase of resistance while performing the exercise. And this forces your body, as I heard from many people, to pull more explosive, which is so important in powerlifting, right? Especially if you want to deadlift weights that are way above your body weight. So I'm gonna try it today. Will tell you how it feels to me, and well, we just see. I'm not really counting any reps today because it's my first time, and as I said, it's not about high volume anymore, it's more about high resistance, high weight. So I hope this training method helps me to increase my deadlift faster than doing it only with straight weight all the time. So yeah, let's just see how it feels, and I will give you some feedback, right? So attaching it to the bar is not really that easy. I already started one video, but it was a disaster because it was just about 8 minutes long of me trying to attach it to the bar. And even now I see that I attached one side of the band, but not really the second one. I don't know why this is so damn complicated, but well, what shall we do, right? So let me just see if it works out that way, because if it works out that way, then we maybe don't need a nut in the first place. So let me just get off this one here, and let's just try it by attaching it to the very end of the bar, because I'm also fed up right now. I've been trying to attach it now for about 20 minutes and it didn't work out. So yeah, let's just see how it feels. This one needs to be switched as well. I think this is the best form to do it. So yeah, the resistance is high enough, means the bar is long enough, which is great. One problem less. And yeah, I'm gonna deadlift it regularly with my double overhead grip, as you know. And I don't know if I just start with one first, okay? One rep just to figure out how it feels, right? So you have to, what I also heard from other guys is you have to be very stable on the floor and push the band into the floor so that you get the maximum resistance, right? So 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. So yeah, what I can definitely say, this is interesting. This is very interesting, guys. What I can definitely say now is it's first not really that hard, but it really gets harder the higher you pull it. So if you pull 115 kg straight weight, this is not so hard than this one, because this is really literally pulling you down mid-rep. And I was very explosive in my mind, so my mind-muscle connection was like, okay, be as explosive as you can, because you don't know whether you can lift it with this band, right? Because it's a bit different. But I was very stable on the floor, which is good. I was stable on the floor, so I know how to manage it. But, well, let's just see if we can max out some. Let's go for an AMRAP first, okay? Let's see how many I can do in a row. Okay, as many repetitions as possible in a row. Okay, 8 repetitions. That's crazy, man. Okay. Wow. So, I think I'm gonna go for doubles now. I think with 1 to 2 minutes rest, maybe up to 3 minutes, a double is a good way to perform this one, right? The 8th one was extremely hard, and because the band is pulling you down, you also feel it earlier in your hands. So the 8th rep I did was really cutting through my hand meat. Because, as I said, there's always this additional resistance, and this additional resistance always tries to pull you down, right? Which is obviously always the biggest problem with deadlifting. But with this constant pressure, with this, so to speak, additional gravity you have here, right? This is really even more challenging, right? But I like the exercise because I already feel that it gives me this explosiveness. You do not really focus on slow muscle contraction. You really want to just pull the weight and get the lift done. And that's the mindset you need for high weights in powerlifting. It's not about the mind-muscle connections in terms of contraction. It's about giving your muscles the order to just explode. So giving your nerves as well the order to explode. This is a great exercise, and what I'm hoping, of course, is that when we do it, let's say every 8 to 9 days, or even every 10 days, that we can increase the resistance by putting a stronger resistance band on, right? So I have the master one, which we won't get to in a couple of weeks. I think this still needs about 2 more months at least, but that's the big one, guys. That's 54 kg on top at the lockout. So you can imagine if this is already very tiring, then this is something out of this world. This is something you can, well, maybe use at the end of this training regime. But we will get to it no matter what, because I need to. I'm dying for a huge 1 rep max PR on the deadlift. But I don't want it to be just a little PR, I want it to be something big. So I'm aiming for 150 kg straight weight, maybe even 160 kg, but for the moment I would be fine with 150. as I say, I'm about 230 right now, 225, 230. The last time I checked it was 4 months ago, so I'm definitely above that. But I don't want to risk anything or demotivate myself. So I train with the bands for a long while and add then the straight weight a little bit and repeat the cycle with the smaller band, going up to the medium band, the bigger band, and so on and so forth, until I feel safe that I can run rep max 150, 160 with any problems. So that was a triple. As I said, guys, the higher you put the weight or the resistance in general, the harder it gets. So you can imagine that getting 1 rep per hour on a regular basis is not something you can achieve with deadlifts, especially if your goal is not to increase your body weight, right? And what I'm focusing on is now using the body weight that I have, but in the long run I want to cut, right? I don't want to bulk anymore because I'm content with my width and my overall size, and I would like to have some more definition, that's for sure, and I want to lose some body fat, that's also for sure. But it's not really benefiting you when you have powerlifting goals, high powerlifting goals, and you focus on cutting and getting more definition and stuff like that, because you have to use everything you have. People always think about fat like something that is very bad and something that doesn't benefit you at all. But guess what? Fat is the primary resource for energy, and especially in powerlifting, energy is something you need the most, because you focus on, if you're doing a competition, you focus on 1 rep maxes, and this takes everything out of your body. So it's not like using a very lightweight and doing 200 reps and shit. That's something that's not really interesting for me anyways, right? So I think when I'm going for my cutting cycle, I will go back to do boxing only, and maybe some calisthenics, maybe some strengthening and conditioning. But yeah, I'm not really such a fan of bodybuilding stuff. As I said, sometimes it's needed, sometimes you just need to put on muscle mass, but I'm not such a fan of it because, as I said, the strength gains are not there. Not in terms of like what you could get out of powerlifting, and therefore I love powerlifting and not bodybuilding. Another triple. Oh fuck. So I don't know, depending on how I feel, depending on how tired I am, I will either finish the workout with some kettlebell swings, because you know, I said it's a perfect accessory work for strengthening your core and actually losing fat. So that's, for example, a bodybuilding exercise I like, right? Because it's giving me the strength here in my core, and I can lose fat where most of my fat lies, right? But then again, I don't want to overdo it because, as I said, I need some for the deadlift, right? If you're natural and you're not enhancing, you cannot afford a very, very lean physique and having the goal to deadlift like 250 or 300 kilos, right? Which is not my goal right now, but 200 kilos deadlift double overhand with no belt, no straps is actually my long-term powerlifting goal as for now. And yeah, I'm focusing on the deadlift so much because I said it's my favorite lift, and it's actually the best lift that carries over to boxing because you're using your whole body. And yeah, why do I do powerlifting? I do powerlifting first because I like getting stronger, and second because that's actually the strength sport that helps me in boxing, and boxing is my highest passion. So everything I do in powerlifting is only for boxing, because I want to go back to boxing, but with a stronger physique and with stronger power, with more power than ever before. And the problem is, in boxing, if you do not use heavier and heavier bags from time to time, and you only use, let's say, 40 to 80 kilogram sandbags, right? Heavy bags. Then the problem is that from the impact, you won't get any more muscle response because you're used to it and you're doing so many repetitions, right? And you're burning so much fat because it's a cardiovascular sport. So getting muscle mass, getting stronger from boxing alone only works to a certain degree. And after that, you have to do either some bodybuilding or powerlifting or calisthenics, right? So that's why I said, okay, I did so much boxing, now I'm going to focus on powerlifting, and then I go back to boxing. And the only way for you to actually become stronger, to get a stronger punch and more explosive power with boxing training specifically, is always using a heavier and heavier sandbag. So the heaviest sandbag that I found on the internet is from Pro Boxing, from the brand Pro Boxing, and it weighs 300 kg. So this one weighs 80, mine here weighs 80, and the other one from Pro Boxing weighs 300. So just to give you an idea how you can become stronger with boxing only, but then again, it costs a lot to always replace the sandbags with heavier sandbags. And the second thing is, where do you want to hang a 300 kg sandbags on, or where do you want to attach it to? At home you definitely can do it, and most gyms don't have this equipment because it's simply too expensive, right? So therefore I do that, just for you to understand why I'm doing the things I do. So now I already felt that my hand, that the bar was rolling out of my hand, right? So that's always a sign again that your grip is starting to slip. Let's see how many I can do. But I'm content. I did more than I actually thought I could do today. So I'm content. And again, this is good for your grip strength. So again, if you're trying to close hard grippers, then this is also again perfect for you. So it goes around and comes around. It's like getting better at the grippers means you're getting better at the deadlift. Getting better at the deadlift means you're stronger with the grippers. And let me say another thing or two why I'm so interested in grip sports. Well, first there's this challenge, right, to close the COC number 3. And I like this challenge because there are only so So there's so only very few people, sorry, only very few people in the world who achieved that, right, officially, and that's why what's so important. I'm not talking about the people who achieved a parallel close or a narrow set close. I'm talking about the full range close, right, or at least a credit card set, at least that, and that's what I'm aiming for. And the second thing, besides me liking grip things because I think it's so masculine, right? That you have a strong grip and that you can really grab things and hold them in your hands. Besides that, it's again beneficial for boxing. Because if you have a strong grip, you have strong forearms. If you have strong forearms, well, guess what? You can punch much harder. And you can punch much harder without injuring yourself. So again, this all makes sense if you like boxing, if you like combat sports in general. Even as a wrestler, of course, grip sports is perfect for you because you have to grab the person and throw the person on the ground, right? So you can see, I'm really thinking about a lot of things and I'm not just doing them because I saw that on the internet. I'm really passionate about sports, especially my sports, of course, and yeah, I hope this all will work out sometime soon. I mean, closing the 3 will take a while, don't get me wrong, but at least I wanna get to 200 kg here. That would be nice. So maybe in a year from now, or even half a year would be so fine. But again, it depends on how fast I can proceed with the resistance bands, right? I think I'm not gonna do any kettlebell swings today. I rather max this out until I can't anymore because it got me excited and I don't want to waste anything. I don't want to waste any of my grip strength today for the kettlebell swings because there, of course, you're also utilizing your grip, as I said. So maybe I have 10 more in me, maybe 15 more, who knows, right? So, but you already saw, I got stronger from last time until now because I've been doing 8 reps in a row with 115 kg at the top, right? So you can see that you're getting stronger from week to week if you're pushing yourself. This is also something I thought about. I mean, I'm now like at about, I don't know, maybe you counted the reps. You can tell me in the comment section. Maybe I'm about 30 reps right now, 30, 35, something like that. With more weight, it's pretty good, pretty good. Just tell me in the comment section how many reps I did. I didn't count them today, as I said. Yeah, so it's slipping more and more. Maybe 7 more, I think. Maybe I got 7 more in me. And next week, we're trying the medium. Or, not say the medium, let's say the resistance band that's a bit stronger. That gives you 25 kg at the top, which will be a yellow band. And then I have the one with 45, which is a red one. And this one actually is, I think it's 60 kilograms, not only 54, I think it's 60 kg. I have to check it out again, but I think it's even 60. Yes, so that's a challenge then. So imagine now you have 100 kg on the bar and using the black one, which has, let's say, 60 kg resistance. So then I'm already at 160 at the top, right? And have therefore my PR, so to speak. but that's a long way to go, and let's do some more, yeah, and see what happens. Come on, 3 more. I'm also excited about whether I can close the 0.5 with both hands right now. I told you last time that I barely closed it the last time with my left hand, and I haven't tried it with my right in a while because my left is weaker than my right, so I've been training my left all the time, and I barely closed it with my left, but it wasn't really like I mastered it. So I heard the handles touch, I heard it click a little bit, so I knew from there I did it, but I immediately lost the grip afterwards, so it was not really satisfying because I couldn't hold it for at least 2 seconds or so. Okay, no matter what. 3 more. That's it for today, guys. So, I hope you found it interesting again, and see you guys later.